I got the serum, I got the chamber, I got the stars and stripes, and I want you to become the next super soldier. And welcome back to the Heroes Forge podcast, where we help millennial geeks, gamers, and cosplayers get in the best shape of their lives, become the strongest versions of themselves, and to unleash their inner hero. I am Troy Bushido, and this podcast, once again, is for people who need to bring out their inner Captain America. Whether you're of the Steve Rogers variety, the Sam Wilson variety, a Winter Soldier variety, or even the parody variety, Soldier Boy, this podcast is for you. But once again, it is a podcast, so despite it being on video, feel free to put your device down and enjoy this episode while you cook out, work out, or geek out. Today we're going to be diving into tips from each super soldier that has been on screen. Once again, we're going to talk about Chris Evans, Captain America, Anthony Mackie, Captain America, Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier, and Jensen Ackles is Soldier Boy from The Boys. So hopefully I can crank this video out in about 15 to 20 minutes, but if not, get ready for a mega cast today. So let's get rolling. Let's start with Chris Evans, OG Captain America. But anyway, as I researched Chris Evans' version of Captain America, the biggest lesson is that with his trainers, the athletics came first and the aesthetics came along for the ride. Keep in mind, Chris Evans was always in shape prior to Captain America. Let's look at his rom-coms, look at what he was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, What's Your Number, all these other rom-com-y, needs a Boston pretty boy kind of movies. And what happened is when he trained for Cap, he had to put on a little bit more size, but he was also needing to do nearly all of his stunts, except for the most toughest of stunts. So from there, trainer Salmon Waterston really focused on functional athletic training. Quote, "You had to be able to sprint, throw a shield, and jump over a wall. The aesthetics are almost like a byproduct of being an athlete." So if I had to give you just practical advice as one personal trainer for geeks to any comic enthusiast out there, is to train not just for vanity's sake, like the bicep curls and the chest flies and the lat pull downs and then the booty kickbacks and the hip thrust to build your ass. You want to build an overall athletic body that can push, that can pull, that can twist, that can squat, that can lunge, and that can jump. I just described planes of motion more so than I described muscle groups. The purpose of muscle is to move you and to move the environment. So to have a physique like Captain America, it must be able to manipulate itself and manipulate its own environment. So the top 3 exercises I can think of off the top of my head, you're thinking your basic squats, whether it's dumbbell or barbell. You are thinking pull-ups, because it's very much a special forces training with a bit of a aesthetic twist. And also you got to be able to do some athletic work, so sled pushes, sled pulls, God help you, burpees, all these things that would create an athletic physique that aesthetics become just the byproduct of it. If it sounds like it's a CrossFit gym, well, you're not too far off. If you need the simplest, most direct approach, you could go to a CrossFit gym and just say, hey, this is my goals, these are what I'm looking to do, and if I could tune up certain parts of the workout to get that, by all means. Also keep in mind, with Chris Evans, he was very much a byproduct of camera and Disney trickery. Now, what I mean is this: his 2 most iconic shots in Captain America were the reveal from the super soldier chamber and the helicopter hold. Now, let's dissect each one bit by bit. First off, to get that shot, that out of the chamber shots, you use the camera to go worm's eye view, looking up. When you go worm's eye view looking at anyone, they can look a lot bigger than they actually are. Did Captain America have to be giant and huge and jacked? Probably not. Did he have the pump on set? Probably, but his physique was very athletic and, quite frankly, decently attainable. He had the occasional shirtless scene, which does, you know, water manipulation, dehydration for the shot. Ask any celebrity, that's what they do. And then finally, and I advocate this to every hero in the audience that listens to the show, as well as the clients we have in Heroes Forge coaching, wear clothes that accentuate your strengths. So let's go into the helicopter shot. He's grabbing a edge of a helipad and I forgot what's called, the bottom of a helicopter that lands on things. He's holding both, and he has a double bicep flex on both sides. And he's not shirtless, but his shirt is loose in the midsection, tight at chest, and uber tight on the sleeves. What do you think is gonna happen? Even if he isn't completely shredded that day, and there could be a chance he wasn't, the loose part of the shirt didn't create any sort of like bulges in his midsection. Except the tightness came up top near the chest and shoulders to pop the arms. So the take-home lesson there, wear clothes that you want to accentuate. The things that you want your audience to focus on. The things you want people to praise you about. That's the trick. So yeah, those are 2-3 big tips when it came to Chris Evanson's Captain America. Let's go to Anthony Mackie's Captain America. He got featured in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which then turned into Captain America and the Winter Soldier. He has a new Captain America movie coming up. I forgot what the Brave New World, I think it's called. See, it was originally called New World Order for Life, but I think because WWE had the copyrights to New World Order, Disney wasn't able to pry it off them. So Anthony Mackie is known on the internet for having the most balanced physique of the super soldiers we have on today. And a lot of fans on the internet really praise Anthony Mackie for having a very, very attainable physique that's just a product of hard work, not having the best genetics, but making the best and most out of those genetics. If you want to see like how jacked he could really get, watch Pain and Gain. And then watch the Marvel movies and see how his physique leaned out after having to be swole. See, Pain and Gain, I would not want to be Anthony Mackie in Pain and Gain, because you got to be alongside The Rock and an overstuffed, oversized Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, just as a side tangent, had to put on so much size using so much lean protein and maybe other stuff that he had to go fully plant-based to make sure his digestive system didn't just collapse on him. Take that as you will. But going back to Anthony Mackie, sources say he used the 6-day-a-week PPL repeat routine. What's PPL? It's short for push-pull legs repeat. So for anyone who wants to do a pull legs repeat, they're going to be working out 6 days a week. You're going to be doing 1 day push, which is exercises that do pushing motions, your chest presses, your bench presses, your shoulder presses, your tricep extensions, your dips, things that push away from your body. You're going to be working predominantly the chest, the shoulders, and the tricep muscles with a little bit of core. Second day, pull. Those are your pull downs, your pull ups, your rows, your Yates rows, your dumbbell rows, your cable rows, and maybe even bicep curls if you want to isolate at the arms. The pull muscles are the muscles in your back, the rhomboids, which are near the shoulder blades, the lat dorsi, which is the V-shaped top of the hourglass for you ladies, but for us fellas, it's the upside down Dorito, and the rear delts, which is at the back of your shoulders, which then brings your posture out and pops it so you're not as slouched. Rear delts is also very important for shoulder health, so you're not tearing your rotator cuff. And then obviously biceps go along for the ride. There are hardly any back exercises that doesn't involve biceps and forearms, so they're going to be worked as well. Legs is self-explanatory. You got your squats, you got your leg presses, you got your deadlifts, you got some of your isolation exercises, such as leg extensions, leg curls. You got your hip thrusts, your glute kickbacks, and maybe some of your lunges. I just threw the menu at you guys. I can't tell you specifically what Anthony Mackie did, but those are examples of leg day exercises. If you're to use this type of routine, there's plenty of push-pull legs repeat routines all over the internet. I could give you a cheat sheet if you just want to get it from me. Hopefully within the next day or so after I put up this video, you're going to get a PDF link down on the description below. Also, if you're part of our Discord channel, you're going to have full access to all the cheat sheets of all the episodes. So they're all going to be there. So be part of the community, get some free information.
What's up, guys? Troy here in the editing room, and just want to remind you that today's episode is sponsored by Heroes Forge Coaching and the Heroes Forge Coaching app. If you're looking to get in the best shape possible, we have the community here for you. You basically get a personal trainer in your pocket, and what I mean is literally me in your back pocket. I'm the one that designs the workouts, and I bring out these workout programs to you through the app. Take me with you to the gym or to your home gym. This episode is more to your liking and you want a full board 12-week Super Soldier program for your own. We still have the Super Soldier Project in beta. Super Soldier Project is a 12-week total body strength and fat loss program for those that are inspired by the super soldiers of Captain America's Winter Soldier, Soldier Boys, or even for you ladies out there that are into Captain Carter. Let me know if you want to take advantage of that program. Just shoot me into the DMs once you sign up with the app. And when you do that, take advantage of $30 off since, hey, we're still in beta. All I need is some feedback. But anyway, back to the episode.
Because he considers himself a high energy type of guy, Anthony Mackie's diet is moderate to low carbs. Quote, "The most important thing is diet. I go lean protein and veggie diet of fish, chicken, turkey, and assorted vegetables." Meaning he doesn't need carbohydrates or fast-acting calories or fast-acting energy sources to fuel his body because he is just high energy naturally. So he's going to go a little bit lower carb, a little bit more moderate carb. Probably has a lot of healthy fats in there, and then to get as lean as possible, it's protein and veggies all day. If I had to cheat sheet anything diet-wise for the sake of fat loss, you can't go wrong by laying the protein and produce as a foundation of your diet, and then all you have to do is manipulate your carbs and fats to optimize your workouts and optimize your physique goals. If you keep protein and produce consistent, you will get leaner, and then you reduce carbs and fats if you have to lose a little bit of weight, add carbs and fats if you have to gain energy or gain weight. That's how you manipulate the calories. You're going to manipulate your overall calories through carbs and fats. Keep protein and produce constant. All right, so let's go from the Captain Americas to the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. All right, so most of the research I got from Sebastian Stan came from his celebrity trainer, Don Salandino. He is the godfather of superhero trainers. He's trained Sebastian Stan, he's trained Ryan Reynolds, he's trained Josh Brolin, both for Thanos and for Cable. I forgot the actor's name. Yo, editor Troy, fill me in. Who is the actor for Red Guardian? Thanks, bro. But here's all the information I got from Coach Don for Sebastian Stan. He loves running. It's something I have to get him to calm down on. When we're prepping for a Marvel film, we might start biking or doing something that's a little less impactful. We need him fast and explosive, so his cardio usually turns into more fast and explosive work, like sled work or motorless treadmill, doing explosive sprints, or hop on the bike. I like to refer to it as muscle building cardio, where you're feeding that fast twitch muscle. It's a great way to build muscle and maintain a level of leanness. So yeah, for us common folk, you can go with either or. You can go with HIIT cardio, faster impact, fast twitch muscle cardio, or you could go more steady state. It really all depends on your recovery rate. If you could recover very well, you get quality sleep, your central nervous system is more calmed down, you don't get restless, you can go ahead and integrate some more HIIT or high intensity interval training into your cardio. If you feel like your body needs more recovery in between the strength training and the lifting, or recovery from life, let's say you have a very stressful life, I would suggest instead of doing the hardcore cardio, go into a lighter, more steady state cardio, something that elevates the heart rate to Fitbit calls it fat burning zones or active zones. It's a bit of a misnomer, but I get where it's coming from. You're going about 6 or 7 out of 10 intensity with that cardio instead of bursts of 8 and 9. What that does, when you go with a calmer cardio, it's going to help the muscles and the nervous system recover in between strength training workouts. So you're able to maintain more muscle and not have it break down on you. But on the other hand, if you are well recovered and you're well fed and you have good calories and maybe you're trying to gain muscle, not lose fat, then definitely go for that HIIT training. If I had to get on a muscle building plan or a muscle maintenance plan and I'm putting on a lot of calories, explosive training is better for those who have the joint durability to handle it. If you don't feel like you have the joint durability to handle it, go more steady state or do low impact cardio sprints. So battle ropes, sleds, the motorless treadmill if you know how to run properly, the bike, especially the assault bike. If you need some joint friendly high intensity training, CC rowing machines, ski ergs, and assault bikes, they will burn. Finally, Coach Don said, quote, Seb and I had a conversation a long time ago where we agreed that his physique is his physique. We're not trying to compete with other people if we see them putting on size. Seb is his own person, his own role, his own size. We have to train to be that. If Evans is going to come in at 260, it's all about to get onto a Mr. Olympia stage, that does not impact what Seb and I are doing. This is huge because you never want to compare yourself to others. You're trying to become the best version of what you can be on screen. And trust me, if it's trying to compare yourself on screen and you're worried about it, trick cameras do everything. I mean, if you got to compare yourself to somebody who's bigger, compare yourself to being smaller, make it even, you're essentially doing a reverse engineer of Lord of the Rings, where they use trick camera to make people bigger than they are, smaller than they are, bigger than the person, smaller than the person, and you know dang as well, if you were on screen with somebody you felt like you had to compare to, and the director wanted you two to be even, you know he would know how to set up the camera so you guys would be on equal footing. That's the power of storytelling. That's the power of cinematography. That's the power of having a good DP. And if they're messing up that, that's not on you, that's on them. Your job is to become the best version of you that you could bring to, air quotes, the table. Might have to remember that for posting the clip on Instagram. All right, let's step away from Marvel for a second. Let's go to The Boys, which their next season is coming out very, very soon. Did Soldier Boy say he was alive? I don't know, so I can't spoil it. But let's talk about Soldier Boy Jensen Ackles. So not a lot of information was found out about his actual workout routine, probably due to it being the pandemic at the time of his training. Heck, I could be wrong. If I find something after the fact in editing, editor Troy will cut in. But he did share his diet with Men's Health. And the biggest takeaway I got from Jensen Ackles was his eating habits. He used very common sense dieting tips like eating grilled meats and eating steamed vegetables and just flavoring them with certain spices and 0-calorie sauces. You see, he has 3 young kids and he admits it's hard not to be a quote garbage disposal and eat chicken fingers, sliders, or whatever else is still around. When he is away from the kids, he tries to stay disciplined. But the thing is, he does share certain good time foods with his kids. Peanut butter, for instance. He used to say that his vice was just a spoonful of peanut butter, and he would just give a spoonful of peanut butter to each of his kids and they'd all eat it together, which I think is just adorably cute. He would also say, quote, don't overeat and don't overindulge, at least not all the time. So no matter what diet you're on, the biggest takeaway you could take from anybody's diet or creating your own is to eat until you're 80% full. As in, you're eating till you're full but not stuffed. And the best way to know if you're eating till 80% full is to slow down your eating speed. If you're just mindlessly in front of the screen, just going, or if you're just starving and you're just cookie monstering your food like, slow down. You have 2 hormones that dictate your hunger and your fullness, leptin and ghrelin. The thing about those hormones is that they are very, very slow. They have massive lag, worse than 56K internet lag. They have been known, it's different for every person, but they have been known to be at least 20 minutes behind the hunger and fullness response. Meaning, if you think you're getting full, your response wouldn't be full on until 20 minutes later. And for some people that are eating very, very quickly, they go from satiated to stuffed real quick. I gotta snap again. real quick. I'll do it one more time. 0 to 100 real quick. That's the thing. Slow down your eating. That way you know if you're 80% full or not. If you're not really sure, if you're on the line, put the fork down a little bit and drink a little bit of your fluids. And whatever, soda, wine, whatever you're drinking. Slow yourself down, hesitate, put your fork down for just a second. It feels like the fullness is coming on even more and even more. Hesitate a little bit more until you feel like, oh yeah, I'm satisfied. I should be able to eat something about 2 hours later and feel fine. I should be hungry again maybe 3 to 4 hours later if I'm not going to bed. So that is one thing you take from Jensen Ackles is don't overindulge. Just eat until you're satisfied. All right. Man, I just lightning rounded 4 super soldiers, and I think I did it in under 20 minutes. So, if you love this information, you want me to do a part 2 and try to dive into even deeper detail, go ahead and like this video. If this is valuable to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Describe your favorite super soldier into the comments below. And once again, if you want a cheat sheet of this, go ahead and look up Discord. It's going to be right in there. The PDF is going to be right in there. Link is in the description below. Once again, thank you guys for watching. If you like this style of video, this format, this mega cast, I did a mega cast of the Superman. The OG mega cast is right over here. Talking Henry Cavill, we're talking Christopher Reeves, we're talking all the Supermen that I could find. But yeah, let's go ahead and discuss the OG superhero over there. I'll see you there.